The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, boasts a rich and vibrant history. Understanding its past is essential to comprehending the present-day Filipino identity. From ancient times to the modern era, the Filipino people have endured colonization, embraced cultural exchange, and fought for their independence. This journey through time unveils the struggles, triumphs, and resilience that have shaped this nation's unique narrative. This essay aims to provide a concise overview of Philippine history. It explores the archipelago's pre-colonial societies, the arrival of the Spanish, and the subsequent American rule. Further, it sheds light on the Japanese occupation and the eventual path to independence. By understanding the past, we gain insights into the values, traditions, and aspirations of the Filipino people today. Long before the arrival of European colonizers, the Philippine archipelago was home to diverse indigenous communities. Archaeological evidence suggests that humans have inhabited the islands for tens of thousands of years. These early inhabitants lived as hunter-gatherers, relying on the archipelago's abundant natural resources for sustenance. Over time, these communities developed complex social structures and cultural practices. They engaged in trade with neighboring islands and mainland Southeast Asia. Evidence suggests the use of sophisticated maritime vessels, highlighting their seafaring skills. These early Filipinos had their own belief systems, languages, and artistic expressions that laid the foundation for the cultural diversity we see today. Native Filipino tribes such as the Itas, Igorots, and Lumads had rich cultures and unique ways of life. Their traditions included vibrant dances, music, and ceremonies that celebrated their connection to nature and their ancestors. They were skilled in various crafts, including weaving, pottery, and metalwork, which were integral to their daily lives and cultural identity. As trade networks expanded, several powerful kingdoms emerged in the Philippine archipelago. These kingdoms, often situated along coastal areas, thrived on maritime trade, agriculture, and local craftsmanship. Among the most notable were the kingdoms of Butuan, Tondo, and Cebu. These kingdoms engaged in active trade with neighboring empires including China, Japan, and those in Southeast Asia. They exchanged goods like porcelain, silk, spices, and gold, further enriching their economies and cultures. The rise of these kingdoms highlights the sophisticated political and economic systems that existed in the Philippines before colonization. Unique to Filipino native trades were their barter systems and local markets where goods like rice, fish, and woven textiles were commonly exchanged. Indigenous crafts such as pottery, jewelry, and intricate textiles were highly valued and often traded within and beyond the archipelago. Filipino traders were known for their hospitality and elaborate trade ceremonies, which fostered strong relationships with foreign merchants. The year 1521 marked a pivotal moment in Philippine history. Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan, leading a Spanish expedition, landed on the island of Homonhon. This event marked the beginning of a new era, one that would irrevocably alter the course of the archipelago's history. Magellan's expedition, seeking a westward route to the Spice Islands, claimed the Philippines for Spain. Magellan's encounter with the indigenous populations proved fatal, and he was killed in battle against Lapu-Lapu, the chieftain of Mactan. However, this initial expedition paved the way for subsequent Spanish voyages and the eventual colonization of the islands. Section 5. Spanish colonization. A new era begins. Following Magellan's expedition, Spain launched several attempts to fully colonize the Philippines. It was under the leadership of Miguel López de Legazpi in 1565 that Spain established a permanent settlement in Cebu. This marked the beginning of over 3 centuries of Spanish colonial rule. The Spanish era brought significant changes to the Philippines. The archipelago was named Las Islas Filipinas after King Philip II of Spain. The Spanish introduced Christianity, particularly Catholicism, which became deeply ingrained in Filipino society. They established a centralized government, introduced new agricultural practices, and built churches, forts, and cities that still stand today. Section 6. Resistance and revolts. The seeds of independence. Spanish colonization was not without its challenges. The Filipino people, despite initial resistance, were subjected to forced labor, heavy taxation, and suppression of their indigenous beliefs and practices. This led to numerous uprisings and revolts against Spanish rule. One of the most notable revolts was the Daguhoy Rebellion, which lasted for almost a century. Other significant uprisings included the revolts led by Francisco Daguhoy, Diego Silang, and Gabriela Silang. These revolts, while ultimately unsuccessful, demonstrated the Filipinos' desire for freedom and self-determination. They sowed the seeds of nationalism that would eventually lead to the Philippine Revolution. Section 7. A change of power, the American era. The late 19th century witnessed the decline of Spanish power globally. In the Philippines, the Philippine Revolution, led by figures like Andres Bonifacio and Emilio Aguinaldo, gained momentum. The Spanish-American War in 1898 marked a turning point. The United States, after defeating Spain, took control of the Philippines. This transfer of power from one colonial power to another marked the beginning of the American colonial period. The Americans introduced a democratic system of government, established public schools, and promoted English as a language of instruction. However, their rule was also marked by conflicts with Filipino revolutionaries who continued to fight for complete independence. Section 8. War and Occupation, the Japanese Period. The outbreak of World War II brought another wave of upheaval to the Philippines. In 1941, Japanese forces invaded the archipelago, occupying it for 3 years. The Japanese occupation was a brutal period marked by widespread suffering, hardship, and atrocities committed against the Filipino people. Despite the hardships, Filipinos actively resisted the Japanese occupation. Guerrilla movements, supported by the United States, fought tirelessly to liberate the country. The Battle of Manila in 1945, while devastating for the city, marked the eventual liberation of the Philippines from Japanese control. Section 9. The Road to Independence, a Nation Reborn. The end of World War II brought renewed hope for Philippine independence. The United States, recognizing the sacrifices of the Filipino people during the war, granted the Philippines its independence on July 4, 1946. This historic event marked the culmination of centuries of struggle against colonial rule. The Philippines faced numerous challenges as a newly independent nation. The war had left the country devastated, and the task of rebuilding was immense. However, the Filipino people, with their resilience and determination, embarked on the path to nation building. Section 10. Post-independence challenges, building a nation. The post-independence era in the Philippines has been marked by both progress and challenges. The country has faced political instability, economic inequality, and natural disasters. However, it has also made significant strides in education, healthcare, and economic development. The Philippines has transitioned from an agricultural economy to one driven by services and manufacturing. It has also become a significant player in the global workforce, with Filipinos contributing their skills and talents worldwide. The journey of the Philippines in the post-independence era is a testament to the indomitable spirit of its people. The history of the Philippines is a testament to the resilience, adaptability, and spirit of its people. From ancient times to the modern era, Filipinos have navigated through waves of colonization, war, and natural disasters. They have emerged from these challenges with a strong sense of national identity and a deep appreciation for their cultural heritage. The tapestry of Philippine history is woven with threads of indigenous traditions, colonial influences, and the ongoing struggle for progress. Understanding this rich and complex past is essential for appreciating the dynamism and diversity of the Philippines today. As the nation continues to evolve, its history serves as a guiding light, reminding its people of their strength, resilience, and the enduring spirit of Bayanihan, the Filipino spirit of communal unity and cooperation. Mabuhay! Thank you for watching.